Namaste. Now let us see the history and the purpose of IFRS. IFRS stands for International Financial Reporting Standard. You know that the IFRS is designed as a common global language. Common global language means it is an accounting language for business affairs so that company accounts are understandable and comparable across international boundaries. If common language, business language is there, we have to express all the transactions in accounting language, and we need to understand the profit and loss and the balance. We have to prepare the balance sheet to understand the survival, the capacity of the business. When it is a common, so easily the accounts of company are understandable and they can be compared across the international boundaries. These are the consequences of growing international shareholding and trade. Nowadays, we can buy the shares of any foreign company, or we are having international trade like export, import, import trade. So that's why there's a need of IFRS. The IFRS is particularly important for companies that have dealings in several countries like MNCs. All MNCs, at least they have to operate in six minimum other countries, six countries. So those who are having dealings in several countries, they need IFRS. They have to prepare all the accounting statements according to IFRS. They are progressively replacing the many different national accounting standards. You can now see there are as many as 120 countries follow IFRS system. Because of the LPG, we have to adopt IFRS. Otherwise, we cannot meet the needs of international accounting standards, or we cannot we cannot have any dealings with other countries or trade, business, or any economic affairs with the other countries. That's a problem for us. Obviously, we have to go for IFRS. We in the sense here, the whole world. Now, so the IFRS, you know that began as an attempt to harmonize accounting across the European Union. It's an attempt to harmonize means to create peace. Accounting across the European countries means creating oneness. We can create the harmony in the accounting across the European countries at the beginning. But the value of harmonization quickly made the concept attractive around the world. So when there is a harmonization of accounting, it attracted. Then there is a no need of any trouble here. They don't no need to take any trouble. Easily they can prepare the accounts. They can compare and they can exchange also. So that is an advantage, main advantage of a IFRS. They are occasionally called by the original name of International Accounting Standards. Sometimes they are also called like that. The International Accounting Standards were issued between 1973 and 2001 by the Board of the International Accounting Standard Committee, IASC, International Accounting Standard Committee. On April 1st, 2001, the new IASB took over the responsibility for setting international accounting standard from the IASC, International Accounting Standard Board it is called. During its first meeting, the new board adopted existing IAS. First, they adopted IAS only, International Accounting Standard only, and Standing Interpretation Committee Standards. Standing, that is SICs, Standing Interpretation Committee Standards, as an accounting practice. The IASB has continued to develop standards calling the new standards, the IFRS. Now, the IFRS, because of the problem, because of the misunderstanding, Because of the difference of opinion, they started to develop the accounting standards. What IFRS we call here, it is a developed form of accounting. It is being developed by what are IASB, International Accounting Standard Board. Now we'll see what is International Financial Reporting Standards or what are IFRS? What are International Financial Reporting Standards? What it consists of? You remember IFRS are designed to bring consistency to accounting language. Consistency means fairly for a long period of time, the same thing will be followed, at least for some years or some few years. And they have to be practiced and statements they prepare, they have to adopt the same concepts and conventions. And to help business and investors make educated financial analysis and decisions. So same consistency is there, same practices are being done, all the businesses, investors and all the financial analysts, they can understand that and easily they can make the decision about the business and they can plan for that. You know that the IFRS Foundation sets the standard to bring transparency. IFRS Foundation is there. It is setting the standards to bring transparency, accountability, that is responsibility and efficiency to control markets around the world. Fostering trust, because trust is very important. If the trust is not there, we cannot believe in accountancy, we cannot have faith in transactions. So we have to foster the trust. Growth and long-term financial stability. Always here, financial stability is very important. Growth is equally important in the global economy. For survival of any company, you take the growth and long-term financial stability. Same kind of stable business is very important. Companies benefit from the IFRS because investors are more likely to put money into the company if a company's business practices are transparent. If the business are transparent, then obviously the investors, they like to invest in such a companies because they get all the information. Transparency in the sense, whatever work they do, they are known to the investors because they come to know everything is given in the form of feedback or in the form of reports to the investors as well as to the customers, government, and all to the interested stakeholders. And the US Securities and Exchange Commission, US Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has said it won't switch to international financial reporting standards but will continue reviewing a proposal to allow IFRS information to supplement US financial filing. You know that the great nation America, US, in that country, they told US Securities and Exchange Commission is that they don't want to switch their account to IFRS or International Financial Reporting Standards, but they are very much ready to continue the review proposal to allow IFRS information to supplement US financial filings. Yeah. They take IFRS information to supplement their own accounting system. They adopted GAAP. GAAP has been called the gold standard of accounting by the US. GAAP in the sense generally accepted accounting practices. However, some argue that the global adoption of IFRS would save money on duplicate accounting work and the cost of analyzing and comparing companies internationally. So most of the people say that. That's why most of the people adopt this IFRS. They say this IFRS, even though it is a gold standard for US financial filing or financial settings, but It is equally we have to think that when we adopt IFRS, means all the nations adopt IFRS, then there will not be any problem of misunderstanding. Easily one can access the accounting practices of any company or anywhere in the country. Easily they come to know. That's why they no need to underestimate the other underdeveloped or developing country. It helps them because they're same system, same following same rules, all these are same. And obviously accounting also, if it is same, it is a helpful for the whole world. And it also avoids duplication accounting work, price they have to make. Here, for example, if you are preparing books of accounts in India, according to Indian system, we have to prepare the accounts. Again, if you want to send the same to other countries, then obviously you need to convert all your accounts accounting transactions into their countries either, or you're into the IFRS. Two words. First thing you are recording in the Indian currency system, then you are converting that into IFRS. You see the double work. It is a waste of time. And the cost of analyzing and comparing companies are internationally, it is also first once you paid the cost, again you need to pay the cost. And comparison between the international companies also not possible when there is no IFRS. They cannot compare because here some rules, some sections and all is different from one system to another system. IFRS to GAP or any IAS, Indian accounting standards. So there will not be any match between the other countries' accounting performance or practice and within us what we have accounting practice. It is highly impossible. That's why it is better to have like this. Okay, now let us see. You know that IFRS sometimes confused with the international accounting standards because they are used simultaneously, which are the older standards that IFRS replaced. IFRS has replaced this IAS. So IAS was issued from 1973 to 2000. In IAS here, it was in practice here from 1933 to 2000, and the International Accounting Standards IASB replaced the International Accounting Standard Committee IASC in 2011. Then let us conclude this aspect. Other things we'll see in the next class. Okay, thank you.